President Trump continues to make headlines by signing sweeping executive orders to radically reorganize the federal government. Here with the latest is our chief political correspondent. What can you tell us about the latest executive orders issued by the president?
This morning, President Trump signed another large collection of executive orders, most of which rolled back regulations implemented during the Biden administration or canceled federal support for a variety of programs and grants. But most of the attention has gone to one particular executive order the president issued, directing that the Justice Department be renamed.
And what has the president directed that the Justice Department be renamed to?
According to the executive order signed by the president today, from now on, the Justice Department will officially be known as the Just Us Department. Following the signing, President Trump was asked about the rationale behind the change, and he replied that he just thinks it makes more sense because, and I'm quoting from the president here, everyone says just us anyway. Nobody says justice. They all say just us. So now it's just us because I said if people are saying just us, why is it justice? It should just be just us because that's what people always say. So that's what it should be. And now that's what it is.
Just to be clear, this is only an aesthetic change.
Yes, since the president signed the order, the White House has released additional guidance emphasizing that the day-to-day operations of the Justice Department will remain basically unaltered and that no one should infer any change of priority or philosophy based on the new designation for the department.
I'm sure that will be reassuring to anyone who had concerns over the name change and whatever it might signify.
And on a related note, the same executive order also stipulates that from now on, the Attorney General will be known as the personal attorney to President Donald J. Trump.
Same deal, just a name change?
Just a name change, nothing else to worry about or talk about or even think about.
Has there been any response to this executive order from Congress? In the past, when President Trump has sought to assert this kind of unitary authority over federal departments explicitly established by acts of Congress, members of Congress have insisted that the president doesn't actually have such authority.
As you say, traditionally, departments established by Congress can only be reconfigured through additional acts of Congress. This precedent has been the basis of many of the lawsuits filed seeking to overturn executive orders like this one since President Trump took office in January. Because of this, congressional Republicans are already preparing to introduce legislation that will legally and definitively complete the name changes related to the Justice Department directed in President Trump's order.
Any reaction so far from the Democrats?
Yes, we've heard from Senator Mark Kelly, who called the name change outrageous and ridiculous, and Congresswoman Ilhan Omar, who said the name change is, quote, the most brazen indication yet that Donald Trump and his Republican enablers are only interested in pursuing their narrow, destructive, self-dealing agenda, not in doing what's best for the American people.
Sounds like more of the whining we've come to expect from that party of crybabies.
Indeed it does. There was also this response from Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer, who released a statement on social media with the comment, more like Department of Just Them. The statement reads in part, quote, through his illegal attempt to rename a department of the executive branch that was established by Congress in 1789, President Trump has once again demonstrated his lack of commitment to the rule of law and his unwillingness or inability to maintain the independence of federal law enforcement for the sake of the freedom and liberty of the public. This lawless action must not stand. The American people should rest assured that their elected officials from the Democratic Party will resist these efforts with every means at our disposal.
Strong words from Senator Schumer. Does he intend to lead an effort to filibuster the renaming legislation in the Senate?
Actually, at the end of the statement I just read, Schumer says he intends to vote for the bill.
Hilarious. After the break, did you know tariffs were actually Jesus' idea? Our resident megachurch pastor and senior religious contributor explains how in an interview recorded prior to his recent arrest. That's up next.